Hey guys, thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Super Informer. I'm your Super Informer, Comet Cassie, and here's your news on the supers. So jumping right into movies. You've heard about the new Superman reboot, right? Man of Steel? You don't? Of course you do. Liars. It's blasphemy. One of the biggest anticipated movies of the summer. Well, if you really don't, and I just called you a liar, but you're not really lying, you're in luck, because we're actually going to talk about it. Well, they just recently came out with a new movie poster for it, but this time they made it more cheesy compared to the first one. Flying into theaters June 14th. Totally cheesy and cliche, right? Well, compared to the last one, it seemed a lot more dark and brings a new perspective to the Superman story. In my opinion, is very Batman Begins looking. The reason why I say it's very Batman Begins looking is because it's dark, portrays the beginning of the story, how that little baby from planet Krypton fell down to Earth and, grew up with a human family. He discovered he had superpowers, and then in his teenage years, he went to go find himself, and soon he became Superman. Pretty much Batman Begins, if you think about it, but with, Superman and laser beams and intergalactic travel. In addition to the Batman Begins thing, Christopher Nolan is also producing Man of Steel, which would explain darkness in there. Now, if you haven't seen the trailer, I will post it in the description below for you so you can actually watch it and really understand what I'm talking about. So, speaking of reboots, guess which giant lizard is making its way back to theaters next summer?
Godzilla! Godzilla! Go Godzilla!
Yeah. Basically, the redo is scheduled to hit theaters May of next year. Dude, relax. Godzilla's not coming for another year. You have time. If you haven't really heard anything about it, I'm not too surprised. It hasn't really caught a lot of attention yet. No trailers or cool pictures of animatronics or anything fun like that. But that's what we're really hoping for. Instead, they put up these kind of pictures. This is supposed to be a picture of the set, and there isn't really much going on. Just some cleanup crews, not even a shadow or like a spike or fire flames. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being a little nitpicky here. I'm sure once it comes closer to the release date, they will release a trailer and more pictures of the set, and hopefully we'll get to see a full-blown picture of Godzilla himself. Now for all my gamers out there. Now if you're not a gamer, just sit back and relax, trust me, this'll still be a real treat for you. Earlier in April, Warner Brothers confirmed that they were making another Batman game. This game is called Batman Arkham Origins, and it's set as a prequel to the previous Batman games. The game is scheduled to release October 25th of this year. And you know what that also is? One day before my birthday. Just so you know. Arkham Origins is set several years before the events of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Batman is still an experienced crime fighter, but he's not the clean-cut hero that we've seen him in the other games. So basically, the storyline is that 8 of the world's best assassins are going to come to Gotham City on one night, Christmas Eve, to try to do one thing, which is kill the Batman. Which we all know nobody can kill the Batman, but they're going to try. Trust will be tested and new alliances will be formed as Batman tries to find out why so many people want him dead. The developers haven't released any sort of information regarding the gameplay, but they have recently released information about the soundtrack and voice actors. Nag Magazine is reporting that Kevin Conroy will not be returning as the voice of the Batman. It has not been confirmed, but they believe that the developers want to feature a younger voice actor to portray a younger Batman. And being said that the game is going to take place on Christmas Eve, it will be a Christmas-themed game with Christmas music. They got the inspiration from the movie Die Hard, which is Christmas-themed as well. Oh, and remember that famous Batman Jingle Bells parody? Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. Game Informer had questioned whether this famous Batman parody of Jingle Bells would be featured in this Christmas-themed Batman game. It's a pretty good question if you ask me. Or don't. But in my opinion, I'd say it's too early to tell. because the developers have said that there is no concept for Robin, so technically the whole Robin laid an egg wouldn't make any sense. Because the game is a prequel of Batman's earlier years, the Dark Knight works alone. But who knows? Maybe the first Easter egg will be laid to the future with Robin. Well, that is all I have for you today on Super Informer. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. We put out videos every Friday. I'll put the original articles in the description below as well as any movie trailers. If you have any comments or questions, be free to leave them in the comment section below or on my Twitter page. So thank you for watching this week's episode of Super Informer, saving the world one news story at a time. I'm Comic Cassie. Stay awesome, Gotham.